Randee, live from the green room in North Dakota. Today we have the last installment of the Bargain Bead Box, project number 9. Here's what we got. So if you've been following along with the plan video, we had done 9 projects for December 2021 Bargain Bead Box. This is the last project. Yeah, so that's what we got working. That's what we're going to work on today. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or this is your first video joining us, when we get the Bargain Bead Box, I do an unboxing, and then I do like a mini series. I do a plan video, and in the plan video, I make up all these little design on the fly plans, and then over the course of time, I put out the video for each plan that I thought of that day. So this was the last one. Now, if you watch the plan video, I said this is a confused little bracelet, I think, that I'm not sure what we're going to do with it. So I haven't had a whole lot of time as I've been here in North Dakota doing stuff, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to really make a plan. So it's going to be design on the fly today as well, but we're used to that here on this channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. Let's get down to the mat, get this party started. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we are on the mat. Oh, these are going to be earrings, apparently. Okay, so this is what I had left from, well, I guess it's not what I had left. This is actually what we plan to use based off of, we used all the other beads in the project. So this is literally all the beads that are left. I did find one more of these snowflakes, so that's good because I was looking for something to kind of jazz this up a little smidge. So this right here is something that I added from home. If you've been following along with the Missing Link series, we had made this out of wire on the Missing Link. I believe this was project, I want to say 17, maybe 18. So I don't know if we'll use this or not, but we're about to find out. So let's see what we got here. Got it. Oh, yeah, I had a few of these little like blue crystals left from that last bracelet that we made. So this is what we got. I got a lot of those. I do have a lot of those. I'm thinking in my head, I don't know if this is going to work. It might work. I have in my head, I have some 26 gauge wire sitting here. And I've never done this before. But I'm kind of thinking I might try it. So I guess if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we're going to find out. So I'm going to get quite a lot of the 26 gauge. I'm going to get a whole wingspan of it. Okay, I got a whole wingspan of this 26 gauge wire. I'm going to find the middle. So this is 26 gauge silver artistic wire, if you're wondering. And I'm just going to kind of straighten it out, and I'm going to find the middle. Okay. So this seems to be the middle of the 26 gauge. So now, in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to put these beads on and kind of like almost braid over them with this. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're about to find out. So I think what I'll do to start out with is I was thinking, do I want to incorporate this? If I do, I could hook it on there. Let me see if I can lark's head this. I always do it backwards. If I put it through there, yeah, right? Okay, I'm gonna lark's head this around this link ever so carefully. Thing about wire, it's always interesting. Come on, you. Get it on there nice and tight by just maneuvering it back and forth. Okay, so here we are. So I got it on there, and let me zoom you in. And so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add on both strands a couple of these spacers just to get started. I think I'll add 3. 2, 3. And bring those down. Hey, okay. So that's what she looks like now. The idea here is I wonder. Wonder. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm wondering if I should add another piece of wire to wrap with instead of trying to use one of these, or if one is going to be fine. Let me try it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these crystals onto one of the wires. I'm going to take the other wire and I'm going to bring this up. And do I want to go across the top? Because this one's in the back. I think I do. So I'm going to go across the top with the wire and then back down through the bead with that same wire that I went across the top with. If I can get it in there. Okay. That's cute. I like that. Okay. So I'm looking here to see, do I have this pulled tight enough? Do I need to make some kind of situational something? Oh, okay, wait a minute. So it looks like I went around with the same wire. So I think what I will do is, in order to lock that into place, is this the same one? No, that's the right one. Is I'm going to take not the same wire, but the other tail. I'm going to wrap that around the top of this bead. I'm going to go down again. Okay, so on that side it's got 2, on this side it's got 1. Okay, So right here I can see that when I wrapped the first time, I should have made sure I was in between here, but I didn't do that. So in order, what I'm going to do to lock that into place is I'm going to take this tail and I'm going to go underneath that wire and I'm just going to pull through. Ever so carefully. Got a kink in my wire. Okay. So now, there we go. Okay, I got a kink in my wire a little bit, so I'm going to try to get that out. But I was able to get it locked into place so that's not going to slide off the bead, which is what I want. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 3 spacers on both wires. Bring those down. And this is what I'm gonna get. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this. I could even add in a few of these, but I kind of like this situation, so I'm gonna try it again. Maybe we'll do something with these in the middle towards the snowflake or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do this portion again. And I'm gonna put one of these beads on the 2 tails, bring it down, make sure it is laying the right way, and then I'm going to split my tails up and I'm going to take one of the tails around the back of the bead and down. I can. Get in there, you. There we go. So as I'm tightening this up, so this is meant to go around the back of the bead here. Here you can see that it's going to lay on the back of the bead. So as I'm tightening it, you want to go kind of slow so you can kind of position it where you want it. Pulling it and then making sure that's laying where you want. Kind of just press it in. So there is that one. I gotta pull a little more, I think. There we go. And then go over the top with the other tail. Okay, I'm going to cut this off because I'm running into a little bit of an issue here, trying to get it through there because it's got kinks in it. There we go. And then this one is going to go over the top, just like that. So I'm going to press that in. So now if you want to do 2, versus 1. You can do that. You would just have to run it through one more time. Just pulling these tight, pressing these in. But I think I'm going to leave it like that. So now I'm looking here. So now this one is pretty good. Even though one's on one side and one's on the other, they've both been strung through. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to add 3. Okay, maybe I am. And I think like with most stringing materials, this is going to get easier as your strings get shorter, you know, your tails get shorter. But I like the way that it looks. I think it's really cute. I think the reason I ended up with 2 on this one is because I only put it on 1 strand. So I'm going to put it on 2 strands. Split the tails, go up and over with this one first. And then I'm kind of pushing it in with my thumb. And I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to do the other side. So this is how I've been telling if it's the right side. This one is going to move the whole bracelet. This one that I've just wrapped is going to move this wrap on the bracelet. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to go down. And I'm going to pull it and get it maneuvered into place. When you're pulling on these, be careful not to cut yourself with wire. It's just like a guitar string or fishing string. It can be sharp, even though it's just a little tiny wire. Don't pull it through your hand. Okay. And then I put on 3 more spacers. Okay, so now what I'm going to do with this is, since I've got 3 on there, this is going to be a bracelet. Okay, so I am going to utilize this link we made as part of the clasp. So I will probably just attach a lobster onto the other end of this and be able to use this portion as the clasp. And I think there's a couple of design elements here. If you wanted to, you would have to look at the sizing, but you could put this snowflake in the middle. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it as a little, I'm going to use one of these and one of these, maybe a couple of those, as just little charms over here on to hang off this little loop. So I'm not really going to be concerned with adding these into the bracelet. So I think what I will do is I'm going to make, let's see, if we do 6 more, it's about here. That should be enough, actually. 6 and then the lobster claw. So I'll probably end up doing 9, maybe. maybe not 9, 6, yeah, probably 9 of these crystal beads. I will double check with you before I'll put a little card in here, but I'm probably going to end up doing 9 of these. So since I've showed you how to do them, I am going to go ahead and finish off the rest of them, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you that once I got into a little more of a rhythm with this, that it is actually going very good. I am really happy with it, honestly. So this, for being my first time trying it, I think it's really cool. So I did want to share with you that I have put on 9 beads, and that is not enough. So I'm going to keep going. And I just wanted to show you how I've been going about this once I'm in a better rhythm now. So I'm still putting on the 3 spacers onto 2 of the tails, and also putting on the crystal onto 2 of the tails and bringing them down. Okay, so then what I'm doing is I'm taking one of the wires, one of the tails, and I'm not bending it. I'm just free-forming it into a large loop, kind of moving this down a little bit and putting it through the bead. Okay, and then before I pull it tight, I'm pulling on this other tail, which is like the base tail. I'm going to pull the bead up with that. Then I'm going to pull this down. Once I get about here, it's going to start to get a little tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire while still pulling that same tail, and I'm going to kind of roll it forward with my finger. And that's going to make that roll right into place. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and I'm going to grab the other tail and do the same thing. Now this one's going to be a little tighter because it's close up to these spacer beads. And if I'm having any issue with this tail, getting through there, it's because it has kinks in it where I've been working with it. So if you have to trim it off, that's what I've been doing, trimming off some of the kinked ends if you can't get them straight to go through there. Okay, and so I'm going through, and once I got it through there, I've been taking, like if it has kinks in it but you're still working with it, I've been taking just my chain nose and just kind of pulling it through until we get to this part right here. And then again, I'm just rolling it forward with my finger and pulling on the tail at the same time to get that nice flat effect that I want on top of the bead. Once I got it where I wanted, I kind of give them both a little tug, straighten them out, and then I'm good to move on to the next bead. So I'm pretty happy with it, but I just wanted to pop in and show you that. I'm going to go ahead and continue on. This is where I'm at so far. I have a really small wrist, so I'm at 10 beads, which I could probably stop there because that's going to fit around my wrist. And I'm going to add a lobster claw to this as well. So I think that I will add the 3 here and then go ahead and add the lobster clasp. If you wanted to do more for a larger size, you definitely could do that. I might keep this one for myself and wear it. Just so I can experience the wire situation and know about it. Okay, so I got 3 on there. Now what I'm going to do here is really simple. I'm just going to wire wrap. Let me get a lobster claw. Okay, so I'm going to get a lobster claw and a jump ring. I'm just going to wire wrap this onto a jump ring. I'm going to use, let me use a locking round jump ring. Well, let me see. I guess I do have an oval. I got a large oval. Do I have a little oval? What's happening? Anyway, so you could use a large oval. You could use a twisted jump ring, you could use a locking jump ring, whatever you want to use. I guess I'll use this oval. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take my round nose plier. Okay, and I'm just going to do a wrapped loop. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I'm just going to do a wrapped loop as I normally would. So I'm going to bend over the top with both strands, let go of the pressure, and create that loop. And then, I mean, I know your jump ring. Let me cut some of this off. We don't need all this. It's just being in my way. So I'm going to put my jump ring on there. You can put your jump ring on after if you want to because it opens, but just for the sake, I'm just going to do it like that. Put my jump ring on there. I'm going to take my chain nose and then I'm going to wrap with both tails about 4 times. And then I'm going to trim that off of there. And I'm going to tuck these in. So I'm not concerned about this coming out of here being pokey because it is so small, the 26 gauge, but we do have it doubled up. So that makes me feel pretty good about it. So I am just going to tuck those in. I don't really have any fear of those being problematic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and attach on my lobster by opening this. Now, if you needed a little more space, you could again add another jump ring here, or you could go ahead and add, you know, some stuff over here, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Let me get that straightened out there. Yeah. So then what I'll do is I'm going to take a couple of ball head pins and I'm going to make a couple of charms, like 3 probably, including this snowflake. And I'll put a little crystal on there. Okay. Wire wrap that up. Okay, then I'll do one of these guys. Maybe I'll put a spacer on it, just for funsies. That spacer, I'm going to add a crystal, because that spacer could possibly cause problems when I do my wire wrap, because the hole is really large on it. So I'm just going to add a crystal. Tuck that in. Okay, and then let's see, I'll just add a couple of these little guys right here, maybe 3 of them. That looks pretty good. So wrap those up. Alrighty, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put those onto here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just put those on with maybe some decorative jump rings. I don't know if I'll, yeah, I guess they'll all have their own jump ring. Or their own, yeah, just for fun. So these are some twisted jump rings that I got at Taylor Swift's Bead Store. Open those up. I'm going to connect those right onto here. I'm not going to connect them onto the side of this. I'm not going to connect this onto the side that we are going to be connecting the lobster claw, because sometimes when you're trying to close up your bracelet, that can get in the way a little bit. So I'm just going to put them on this side. And again, if you guys want to see how to make this wire wrapped link, please swing over to the Missing Link series, where you will have step-by-step instruction of all the links that we have made, including this one, which I believe was link 17 or 18. I think of 17. Okay. And this is just wire, so no big deal there. And then hook that on there and we are all done. Super cute. So I am going to flip you so you can, I'm going to put it on so you guys can see what it looks like. That's why I made it pretty small for myself. 1 second. Okay, here we are. So here's what it looks like completed. And I'm just going to put this on myself. There's what she looks like. Oh, it's cute. Looks like a little bow. Super cute. I like it. Okay, so the reason I'm going to keep this one for myself is because I have never done this with the 26 gauge wire before. I'm assuming, which maybe I shouldn't do. Please leave in the comment if you have done this with wire. I want to make sure that it's going to be sturdy enough to wear, that it's not going to like bust or break or get hung up on something and everything's going to come apart. I don't believe that it will. The only thing, I mean, quite honestly, I think it's pretty sturdy since we wired and locked everything into place. My one concern might be where I did the lark side knot where I started it, but it's on double wire. So, I mean, quite honestly, I am pretty impressed with this. For a design on the fly. I like that it has a little bow and that we incorporated one of the links from the Missing Link series. That is super cute. I like the little charms and how they kind of look like they're hanging from the bow. You could put one on this side so it looks like the bow tails. That'd be cute. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe trying something a little newer. That's what I got. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. I hear in January, the January boxes are already going to be on their way shipping out. So please expect a delay for the next mini series for January, because once it gets to my house in Minnesota, I'm going to ask Shannon to ship it to me. So we might have a little extra shipping time, to which I'm going to get it. It might be a little delayed in the unboxing and the project planning and such, but it will be there. We will be doing the mini series in January. I'm excited. I want to know, what do we think the box is going to be for January? I have been seeing a lot of companies are putting out this like rosé all day kind of rosé, I don't even, what is that, wine, champagne? Is it, I don't even know. This how, yeah. They're doing a lot of champagne colors for the new year. I see a lot of companies are doing like the Lunar New Year which is I believe it's the Tiger year. I think it's the year of the tiger this year, so we might get a little of that. I don't know. I am curious. Either way, we will figure it out. I'm quite happy with this. I think it went from being like a plain blase bracelet, and I kind of spiced it up a little bit with the wire and the whatever. And now, even though it's a little more, it's got a little something, it's still something that I would wear every day, which was kind of the theme of December. December was kind of the theme of like, are you going to wear this? For me, that was my personal style. As you can see, I have this on. You wouldn't even believe how many compliments I get on this necklace. It's the only necklace that I have here in North Dakota that I've been wearing because I'm in North Dakota. I'm running outside a lot. I'm doing barn chores. I'm running to the doing stuff, and I'm just busy, you know. I don't have a lot of time to like get it together. And when I do, I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose that at the barn. Oh, I don't want to, you know, it's going to be cold on my neck because it's 50 below in North Dakota. So I've just been wearing this, and I've gotten so many compliments on it. And I bet you I'll get so many compliments on this because it's just super simple, easy stuff you're going to wear, which is important. Like, we can make some really complex things, and we can make some like really time-consuming, cool designs. But a lot of times I find when I do that, those are not items that I'm wearing every day. I mean, I do wear a lot of stuff when I'm home, you know, but like the average person, they're like, I want to throw on a quick bracelet. I want to put on some like sparkly earrings or whatever, you know, and some simple stuff. And so I really was so excited about December because a lot of the December stuff, the designs that I made were like quick, design on the fly, gifting for December, gifting for Christmas, gifting for, you know, friends, and like everyday wear. So super excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini series. This is the end of the December 2021 bargain bead box. Please leave it in the comment. Which was your favorite project of this series? And please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe if you want to find me again on the internet. Ring that little bell so you know when I'm putting up new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.